Welcome to the third episode of Drop In. Each week we dive into a topic about our drinking water and talk about ways we can use water wisely. Today we're talking all about showers. We're going to go over how to tell how efficient your shower head is and ways that you can cut down on your shower time. My name is Melissa Levo. I'm a water conservation program manager with the Saving Water Partnership. We're a group of 18 utilities in the Puget Sound region that offer tips, tools, and rebates to help our customers use water wisely. Our trivia question this week is, what uses more water, a shower or a bath? And we'll answer later. I'm going to be joined in a moment by my co-host, Jourdan. I think Jourdan's about to join us. Hi, Jourdan.
Hi, I was out there in cyberspace. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. So we're talking about showers today, but I want to let you introduce yourself first.
Well, Jourdan Keith from the Cedar River Watershed Education Center, watershed specialist. Excited to talk about showers. I would like you any minute. So what about showers?
Yeah, so in our very first episode, we talked about all the ways that we use water indoors. And we talked about how the toilet was the #1 water user, but showers are second. And you actually have a lot more control day to day over how much water you use in the shower. With the toilet, you flush it, and that's kind of how much water you use. Unless you're going to go and replace the toilet, which is a larger project. We do have rebates at savingwater.org if you have an older toilet and are interested in that. But with shower heads, they're pretty easy to replace with some plumber's tape and elbow grease. And you can control, how long your shower is. So they're a good place to start.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do I know whether I have a shower head that's good or how much water I'm using?
Yeah. So how to tell how efficient your shower head is? It's not too hard actually. But most of the time the shower heads are labeled. And I brought my sample shower head here to show you an example of where it might be. So on this one, it's actually labeled in 2 places. You won't be able to read this, but there's numbers on the inside.
Okay.
And this one says 1.75 GPM. So GPM stands for gallons per minute. That's what shower heads are. That's what their efficiency is measured in, is gallons per minute, which is kind of a cool calculation. So you can think about how long your shower is and know how much more water you're using. Because if your shower head uses around 2 gallons per minute, every minute more you spend, that's 2 more gallons. But the shower head is labeled in another place too. So it's labeled on the front and on the side. Again, you're not going to be able to read this, but I wanted to call everyone's attention to this other label here. It's a water sense label. And I brought a bigger version of it because it's that important. So this is the water sense label that says meets EPA criteria. So that's the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. So the water sense label is similar to Energy Star. A lot more people have heard about Energy Star. Have you seen Energy Star around?
I see that a lot. That's one I've heard of. I like the way that logo looks, but like, what if my shower head, which I suspect does not have a label? Well, what would I do if it doesn't have a label?
Yeah, so there's a tool that you can use, and you would have to email me. This isn't something everyone has. You'd have to email me and ask for it. So this is called a flow rate bag. It's just a plastic bag, but it has this kind of rating on it. And the way it works is you just turn on your shower, which I'm not going to do because I would get all wet. But
do it.
after a certain amount of time, and based on how much this bag fills, it tells you what your shower head rating is. So that's one way to find out if you don't know, if you can't find the label. But that label is really important because it says that it meets the criteria, and the criteria are both for the flow rate and for how well it works. So if it uses a small amount of water but doesn't work well, it doesn't get that label. And EPA's criteria includes both spray coverage and spray intensity. So it's kind of these two factors. But I think a lot of people are worried about going to low flow fixtures because they're not sure they're going to get the same shower experience.
Yeah.
But if you look for that label, you know that it's going to use both a smaller amount of water or less water and maintain the function of the shower.
I mean, for me, I know that's critical because I hate it when I'm like, okay, I need to get my hair wet. I have long hair. It's going to take a minute. And when I feel like I'm standing under like a drip.
You don't want that doesn't save water either because then you're in the shower, right? So you want to get a good warming shower head. And I wanted to just say too that, when you're looking at that label on your shower head, a standard shower head uses 2.5 gallons per minute. An EPA WaterSense labeled one uses 2. And this one you heard me read, it was 1.75, so that one's even lower. So just to know when you're looking at shower heads. So we said, one thing you can control is the shower head that's on there. And the other thing was how long your shower is. And so we wanted to talk about some tips. And I know that you had an experience, Jourdan, that you wanted to share about how you knew how long your shower was.
Well, for sure, because I live in an apartment building, and while my landlord might appreciate me changing the shower head if it doesn't say that, I don't think, I wouldn't recommend doing it if I was speaking to myself. Like, don't break anything. But I got this really cool thing, and it's actually from your department. I think it'll be backwards, but it's a Saving Water Partnership timer, which I like, my little Wizard of Oz version in the shower with the timer. Like, I feel it helps me pay attention. It's 5 minutes. And, be clear and honest. How it's happened for me is that I put it in there and I was pretty sure that I was like, yeah, I'll be fine. And then I was like, okay, maybe not. So I turned it over and then I felt this pressure, like, yeah, you already took 5 minutes, so you need to just wrap it up. What do you do? And so I've gotten it down to about 7 minutes, and I feel like I could be more efficient without turning off the water, just paying attention and not, using all the hot water in the world to just stare off into space, for example. So that's one thing, and it's really important for, I got it at the watershed because for work we had a whole bunch and we were sharing with the public, and we teach so much about the source of our drinking water. The source of your shower water is the same. It's the same as your toilet water. So it's a precious resource, that that we're working hard to keep clean. And so it's another way that I can participate by just taking a shorter shower. And
help you kind of keep it at the forefront of your mind and think about how much water is going down the drain as you're showering. It just keeps you in the moment.
It does. I put it in the shower caddy, and it worked also just knowing. A friend of mine has a couple daughters, and he said when they found out that I worked at the watershed, and he told them that, yeah, what I teach about is taking care of our water. And he said they take 30-minute showers. And they were mortified to know that I knew that. And so I gave them this, and they've actually cut back as a result.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you don't have a timer in your shower, not everyone keeps a timer in their shower. Another trick that we tell people is if you have a radio or listen to music while you're in the shower, to limit it to 2 songs. So you can it puts a barrier around it, or at least when those 2 songs are up, you better start finishing up. So yeah, those are all good things to keep in mind. So I think the only other thing we need to do was answer our trivia question. So our trivia question was, what uses more water, taking a shower or taking a bath? What do you think?
Well, I think that it's a bath because it's a limited amount of water. You're going to run the tub, you're going to fill it, as opposed to being in the shower and losing track of how long you've been in there. And so I vote bath.
So you think the bath might use less water?
I do think that.
So it's actually, well, it really depends. It depends on how long your shower is, right? But we tell people to choose showers when they can. because so a shower, if you're using a 2 gallon per minute shower head and you take about a 10-minute shower, that's 20 gallons. But a bathtub can use 40 gallons or more. That's kind of the standard amount. So,
It's insane.
so as long as you're sticking within that 10-minute range of a shower, that's usually going to be faster. Now, not everyone can take a shower. Some people need to take baths, and that's fine. It's just that if you can, you should choose a shower. It's usually more efficient. So I want to make sure to remind people that if they are wondering more about ways they can save water, they should go to savingwater.org. If you want one of these flow rate bags, you should email me. My email is melissa.levo@seattle.gov, and you can get that contact information at savingwater.org.
And if you would like to know what lovely water you're using, you could go to the Facebook page for the Cedar River Watershed Education Center, and you'll see the source of your drinking water and also of your shower water. So I encourage you to do that.
Yeah.
Take a virtual tour.
And until next time, thanks for dropping in, Jourdan.
My pleasure. Cheers.
Cheers.